Welcome to the 6th edition of Paris-Roubaix Femmes. This year, 121 of the world's best women will tackle the fearsome cobblestones of the Hell of the North. Pauline Ferrand-Prévot is back and looking to defend her title for Visma Bike, or perhaps help her teammate Marianne Vos to finally conquer this race. Well, clearly what made me come back is the fact that Marianne is starting today. The key to Roubaix is trying to avoid problems and staying calm even if you have them. It's a race where you can always come back and anything can happen, so it'll be super interesting. Lotte Kopecky is another big favourite. The 2024 winner spearheads the SD Works Pro Time squad, also featuring the peloton's top sprinter, Lorena Wiebes.
The key is for sure to stay out of trouble. We were watching a little bit the men's race in the bus, and there was already a lot of flat tires or crashes. So yeah, we hope we don't have too many of that, and I hope we can play it well.
In the absence of demi-following, FDJ United Suez also have multiple options with the Strade Bianche winner Elise Chabet and Franziska Koch. Other big names include the 2023 winner Alison Jackson and the former world champion Elisa Balsamo. Well, this could well be the toughest edition yet, with the organisers adding 3 more cobbled sectors for a total of 20. That is nearly 38 kilometres over the stones and 143 in total. The live pictures began with just under 60 kilometres remaining, the riders coming off Sector 13. The peloton all together, with SD Works setting the pace for their 2 leaders, Kopecky and Wiebes. They were already down to a group of around 35-40 riders, with all of the big names in there. The only exception was Elise Chabet. She had been briefly distanced by a mechanical, but had teammates on hand to shepherd her back to the pack. Balsamo also suffering her second puncture of the day. This is a race where you certainly can't count your chickens before they hatch. But a good job from FDJ to get Chabet back before the next cobbled sector, with Visma Bike now taking things up at the front. And the women in yellow doing some serious damage, the 2024 runner-up Balsamo struggling to get back in touch. The women riding exactly the same final as the men, but still no Truet d'Alembert, so the first 5-star sector was Mont-Saint-Pével, number 11. And Franzi Koch, who did such a brilliant job of helping demi-following to win the Tour of Flanders last week, decided to up the tempo for FDJ. The big move of the day, though, came just as they were coming off the cobbles, the defending champion lighting things up.
And Pauline Ferrand-Prévot has decided, let's up the tempo.
And this is where she made a move a year ago, do you remember?
Yeah, I do.
Straight off Mont-Saint-Pével, up this horrible drag.
Pauline Ferrand-Prévot going clear with her teammate Marianne Vos, plus Koch and the Hungarian champion Blanka Vas of SD Works. That quartet already opening up a gap as the rest scrambled to get themselves organised. Lucinda Brand was leading the chase for Lidl Trek, but there was a crash just behind her coming round this corner, Lara Gillespie going to ground. All of a sudden, the 4 at the front found themselves 40 seconds clear of the bunch. Well, Ferrand-Prévot may have been wearing number 1, but she was clearly working for Vos, having said she wanted to see her teammate win today. The Dutch legend making an emotional return to racing after the death of her father. And this situation apparently suited SD Works and FDJ as well, because there wasn't much intensity in the chase, those 2 teams putting their faith in Vas and Koch. By the time they reached Sector 7, the gap was out to 1 minute and 20 seconds. It didn't look like Lotte Kopecky would be claiming a second title after 2024.
And now Ferrand-Prévot starts to kick again. Another big acceleration from the French rider.
PFP attacking again to make life hard for Blanka Vas and Franzi Koch. But once they got onto Sector 6, the German champion said, anything you can do, I can do better. A huge move from Koch, and only Vos could follow. Game over for Blanka Vas. Well, Ferrand-Prévot was briefly distanced as well, but she fought her way back to give Visma Bike the numerical advantage. Koch was looking strong though, and she dropped the defending champion a couple more times. Every time though, PFP clawed her way back. Further back, Kopecky went for broke from the chase group in the company of Megan Jastrab, but surely they had left it too late. The gap was still over 1 minute after the Carrefour de l'Arbre. Ferrand-Prévot, Koch and Vos heading for the Velodrome, and given all of the French woman's efforts, it would no doubt come down to a sprint between the German and the Dutch woman.
They make their way now into the famous Roubaix Velodrome. This is the 6th edition of the women's race, and a French rider leads into the Velodrome now, with Franzi Koch looking to upset the Wiesma Dream.
They get the bell this time. One lap of this Velodrome in Roubaix. 3 riders, 2 riders from Visma Lease bike. Franziska Koch looking to make it an upset for FDJ United Suez. She comes up against the greatest of all time and the defending champion, Pauline Ferrand-Prévot.
They get set now for this run into the finish line. Ferrand-Prévot is holding them up the track. She's giving Marianne Vos the time. Marianne Vos goes, Franzi Koch kicks, they go shoulder to shoulder. Vos goes round the top. Franzi Koch fights her way back. Marianne Vos tries to kick and use the tailwind to go for victory. It's Marianne Vos, Franzi Koch on the line. It's gonna be Franzi Koch wins the Paris-Roubaix Femmes.
Franziska Koch denying Visma Lease bike a Roubaix double and taking the biggest win of her career in some style. The German outperforming 2 of the greatest bike racers of all time to land another major classic for FDJ this season. A sensational effort from the German champion.
Having 2 riders of the same team is on the one hand a challenge, on the other hand also a benefit a little bit, because the work is not necessarily on you, I tried to get rid of them a little bit, but in the end I had to gamble for the sprint and it worked out.
Well, Koch taking it by a whisker from Vos, with Ferrand-Prévot a few seconds back in 3rd. Kopecky and Jastrab finished a minute and a half back, with Wiebes leading in the rest at 2 minutes 20. Koch becoming the first German winner of Paris-Roubaix Femmes and making it 6 different nationalities in 6 editions. Join us again next year to see if the Dutch can finally break their duck at the Hell of the North. And thanks for watching.